Whether this could be the finest century or the most disastrous one depends on the actions we take in the upcoming years. The outcome will rely upon actions that we endeavor in the coming years. The issues require some of our thought as we can't predict what's to come. An expanding number of citizens in all parts of the world are demanding improved environmental conditions, more fresh water sources and cleaner water, nourishment, security, and more quality of life in general. Concerns around climate change and natural corruption are present worldwide, as in the realization that no nation can act on these issues alone. What is required are laws that give motivating force to moderate characteristic assets such as supplying more cleaner water and alongside the ability to rescue those assets, not just dumping them into cleaner natural resources for the environment to deal with. If we talk about the situation during pandemic, you can see the direct impact that the cutback of humanity had on the environment. There was a 5 degrees Celsius drop in the temperature due to the lack of activity of industries that affect the climate the most. But this change was reversed recently when these industries went back into business, and this is a very destructive outcome as only recently there were reports by multiple credible sources that if the climate temperature rises any further, the planet is going to become almost unlivable. We can also talk about the decrease in air pollution. Since the travel restrictions were placed, there was a decrease in the uses of vehicles such as planes and cars, which resulted in the reduction of very harmful gases such as carbon monoxide by 50% as well as nitrogen dioxide in certain areas. The quality of air has improved because of these travel restrictions. The improvement of the quality of air we breathe results in a healthier version of us. We are not inhaling toxic gases into our systems. The limited outside activity has resulted in dangerous losses in the global economy, but without human touch, the natural world has been thriving. While these improvements will unfortunately not last, as people revert to their normal habits, the environment improvements have been eye-opening to how much responsibility humans have in damaging our planet. The pandemic have been a learning opportunity for us humans regarding the abusive relationship we have with the nature. We can overcome this bad relationship by looking at the example that have been presented to us and by acting upon by putting pressure on companies with the help of our governments and by focusing on individual going and changing the environment we live in for the better. The raising of our environment and natural habitats has caused a dangerous in biodiversity. Some organisms, species, and strains of both creatures and plants have gone extinct or are in peril. Due to the burden on the environment, we will face the consequences of our actions. If we continue to further destroy and damage our environment, mankind has come to a bridge that if it will be crossed, there will be no turning back, or we would have caused a disaster that will not be able to prevent, and a disaster no one will be prepared for. It could be the century where diseases are killed, destitution is overcome, or it might be the century with the level of catastrophe which is obscured to mankind. Thank you.